In the world of cricket, some nicknames just stick. They become more than just a name, they become an identity. And for one man, that identity was built on an unshakable defense, unbreakable concentration, and a quiet, profound strength. So today, we're going to dive into the story of Rahul Dravid and how he became, quite simply, the wall. I mean, think about it. When one of your greatest rivals, the absolute legend Shane Warne, says your nickname is spot on, you know it's not just hype. Warne, a guy who terrorized batsmen all over the world, saw Dravid as a fortress. It just perfectly sets the stage for a career that was all about resilience. And that's the real question, isn't it? This wasn't about one or two great games. It was a career-long journey, forging his technique, weathering every storm you can imagine, and building that reputation one brick at a time. So let's really get into it. How was the legend of the wall actually constructed? So our story kicks off with a ton of promise, but also a pretty big challenge. You see, the raw materials for the wall were there right from the get-go, but man, they hadn't really been put to the test yet.
Okay, so check this out, because this is where it gets really interesting. In 1996, he walks out at Lord's, the home of cricket, for his first ever test match and just puts on a clinic, scoring 95. He looks like he was born for it. But on the flip side, in the shorter, more aggressive one-day format, he really struggled. We're talking single-digit scores. This created this split idea of him right from the start, a genius in one format and kind of lost in the other.
So this label, test specialist, really stuck to him. And in cricket, that can be a bit of a backhanded compliment. It's like saying, yeah, you're solid, you're patient, but you're also kind of slow. So the huge question mark hanging over his early career was, could this classical player really make it in an era of explosive power hitting? And that, right there, leads us to the years where he didn't just answer that question, he absolutely shattered it. These were the peak years, the time he cemented his reputation as one of the all-time greats. Seriously, if you had to point to one single moment that is the wall, this is probably it. 376. In 2001, India was playing against this Australian team that seemed completely unbeatable. They were forced to follow on, facing a massive defeat. Then Dravid and VVS Lakshman just batted for an entire day, putting on 376 runs together. It was an act of pure defiance that led to one of the greatest comebacks in sports history. This wasn't just batting, it was a siege. And then comes 2002, an absolutely dominant year for him. This timeline just shows you the incredible run he went on, 400s in 4 straight test innings. I mean, that is just an insane level of consistency and focus. He wasn't just hanging in there anymore. He was dominating, putting up huge, match-winning scores against the best in the world.
All right, picture this. Adelaide, 2003. Australia scores a mountain of runs, 556. In reply, Dravid scores an epic 233. But he's not done. He comes back out in the second innings to hit the winning runs, sealing India's first victory down under in over 20 years. His captain at the time, Saurav Ganguly, put it best. He said Rahul batted like God. And honestly, it's pretty hard to argue with that.
And if you need the ultimate knockout punch statistic, this is it. Just forget about runs for a second. The fact that one single person has faced more cricket bowls and spent more time batting than anyone else in the history of Test cricket, well, that is the very definition of the wall. That just points to a level of focus and endurance that is, well, it's almost superhuman.
But here's the thing, being the wall wasn't just about his own stats or his defense. It was about what he was willing to do for the team, often at his own personal expense. And this is where you really see the character of the man behind the nickname. Just look at how many different hats he wore for the team. Remember that test specialist label? Well, he completely re-engineered his game to become the top scorer at a World Cup. He took on the absolutely grueling job of wicket-keeping for 73 games, not because he loved it, but because it helped the team's balance. He was the captain, he was a makeshift opener. Basically, whatever the team asked of him, the answer was always yes.
And really, his own words from his retirement speech just nail it. It was never about personal glory. It was about the team, and it was about playing the game the right way. It's that simple approach that earned him respect from literally everyone in the game. So what happens when the wall finally hangs up his boots? Does he just walk away? No way. He becomes the architect, using everything he learned to build the next generation of Indian cricket. And this career path as a coach, it's just so Dravid. It's methodical, it's patient, and it's focused on building from the ground up. He took the same patience he had at the crease and applied it to building a system. He started with the youngest players, guided them to a World Cup win, then reshaped the entire national academy before finally taking charge of the senior team. It was a total master plan, executed with precision. And this chart shows something really amazing, almost like a beautiful irony. The biggest trophies that he never quite got his hands on as a player, he ended up winning as a coach. First with the under-19s, and then the T20 World Cup with the senior men's team. It's incredible, right? He finally got to the very top, not by hitting the winning runs himself, but by building the teams that could do it. So in 2012, his incredible playing career finally came to an end. And then in 2018, it became official. He was inducted into the ICC Hall of Fame, a totally deserved honor for a monumental career. And this quote, I think it just captures the essence of the man perfectly. The humility to admit he failed sometimes, but also the deep pride in knowing he gave it his absolute all every single time he stepped on the field. That constant trying, that relentless effort, that's what it was all about. Which leaves us with this final thought. Rahul Dravid's name is all over the record books, but maybe his true legacy is in the foundations he built, as a player, as a teammate, and now as an architect of Indian cricket's future. Because in the end, he didn't just build the wall. He showed an entire new generation how to build their own legacies.